Okay, so I actually went to several secondary school. Funny enough, I moved from one school to another in a short period of time. So first I was in Chal S, and then I went to Pribadi Secondary School, and then settling in at homeschooling Taman Sekar Bandung. Um, I spent most of my secondary year in homeschooling Taman Sekar Bandung. It is a very cozy place, the building I meant, and had a lot of nice teachers. Um, the friends were also quite friendly. Okay. I found science to be particularly very challenging. I guess the coping with the subjects and having to adapt to a new environment sort of overwhelmed me, and I just tried to keep my head over the water, but well, I think in the end I managed to do so. But yeah, of course, the science subject turned out to be very important for me because even for my university year, I'm planning to take a you know, applied science program, which is actuarial science. And those hard work that I put along my high school secondary year was will not go in vain. What did you enjoy? I think the main thing that I find pleasant of being a high school student is the lack of responsibility that we have over our shoulders. You hear this phrase, time is money, but that only applies for adults. For us, secondary year students, time is nothing. Time means time. Time is free time to spend with your friends, you know. Um, from the top of my head, I can think of several buildings that are well known in my hometown. To mention some is Gedung Sate, because I think the architecture and the historical value of it made it very well known among the people. But to mention another, maybe some shopping malls, though they're not really interesting, aren't they? People living in Bandung can sort of call themselves pretty fortunate enough to have adequate amount of land still empty for properties. So the housing prices in Bandung compared to the bigger city such as Jakarta is considerably low, although not that cheap, but the housing prices is still affordable for some people to for majority of people to live in housing instead of apartment. Of course, buildings, houses should look to some extent pleasing in the eye, so to say, but it is not the main thing. They serve their purpose as a building, as a shelter. So once they have fulfilled that purpose, I think it is not very important how they look. Um, so I think I was fortunate enough to be able to see this so-called tallest building in this world currently, which is the Burj Khalifa, located in Dubai. I find that building very peculiar because of its height. It is so tall. Like if you are trying to take a picture of you with the building to the top of it, you will not be able to do that. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a story that I found intriguing that I heard in the news a while back ago. Um, I don't remember the exact time that I heard this news. I'm sure it was a couple months ago. but it was about the number of people infected by the coronavirus that had just, that just kept on going up. Some people blame the government, some people blame the media, but I think to blame them is to bark up the wrong tree, because the person or the side that is accountable to be blamed for this is ourselves, because we had not kept a physical distance between our friends, our acquaintance, making the virus spread even more. The news was reported for the obvious reason, to inform people about the danger of going out, about the danger of not wearing mask outside while meeting a large number of people. And I found this news to be intriguing because the news stated the obvious thing, to keep a distance, but I see still many people disobeyed this by, just meeting their friends, going out to pray. Should not do that. And for that reason, that although the news is so obvious and a lot of people should be able to understand it, but a lot of people still disobey it. That's the interesting part for me. And for you too, you should find it interesting, so